The stars are right, and that means it's time for another episode of The Whisper in Darkness. I'm your host, the Man from Lang. Thank you very much for joining me today. On this episode, I have 2 spoilers for you from the Innsmouth Conspiracy Deluxe expansion that will be released in a couple weeks' time. Part 1 of this episode took a look at 2 encounter cards. We are going to take a look at 2 player cards in this episode, 1 seeker card and 1 survivor card, and both of them are pretty great if you ask me. Thanks to FFG for providing the spoilers, as always. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the patrons of this channel for their tremendous support, and Nate, Lost in Time and Space, for the awesome new intro. These people are amazing. If you'd like to be amazing too and get your name on this list, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. Without further ado, let's get started. The first player card we are going to take a look at is Cryptographic Cipher. It is a seeker card. It is a 3-cost asset with an intellect skill icon and the item and tool traits. It uses 3 secrets. It has a free triggered ability, exhaust Cryptographic Cipher and spend 1 secret, investigate. Your location gets +1 shroud for this investigation. Or you can take an action and exhaust Cryptographic Cipher and spend 1 secret to investigate. Your location gets -2 shroud for this investigation, and it takes up a hand slot. This is a flashlight analog. It is very similar to flashlight. It costs 1 more resource to play than flashlight. It has a similar action ability to reduce the shroud value. However, it uses secrets rather than supplies, and secrets are much easier to come by for seekers than supplies. If you want extra supplies, you typically have to go and purchase one of the upgrades for emergency cash. You don't have to do that with this one, and of course, while you can use flashlight without exhausting it, this one, the Cryptographic Cipher, you do have to exhaust it, whether you use its free triggered ability or its action. Now, this card is, wow, it is so good. Basically, the free triggered ability lets you investigate during any player window, that is, during the Mythos investigation, enemy or upkeep phases, without risking an attack of opportunity. So basically, you're getting 1 free investigate action a turn with this thing. So it starts with 3 secrets, so there's 3 free investigate actions. And then, of course, there are plenty of ways to add new secrets to it. So that is already fantastic. If you are engaged with an enemy and you just have 1 clue to grab, you can do that now with Cryptographic Cipher. You don't have to bother evading or dodging or evading or fighting or whatnot. You can simply investigate and carry on your merry way. And you can even, if you run out of actions, you still can say if you move to a new location and you're short of actions to investigate there, this lets you do it. Man, there are just so many investigators who could really use this thing. Pretty much every seeker can use it, any off-class seeker can use it, and even in the seekers, there are so many different investigators who could really use this. Now, in order to use the free triggered ability, you do have to add +1 shroud to your location for the investigation. I think this is the first time that we've seen a card that actually adds shroud to a location. +1 shouldn't be too big a deal for most seekers, especially the ones with high intellect like Harvey Walters or Daisy. Both of them should be able to use this thing quite easily at most locations. If your average shroud value is 3, this just bumps it up to a 4. You may have to commit a card or a resource to guarantee that you are going to get the clue, but at very low shroud locations, say 1 or 2 shroud locations, man, this is you're just grabbing a clue basically as a free action. A 1 shroud location becomes a 2, and a 2 shroud location becomes a 3. But if you've already got 5 intellect, you're already 2 up before the pull, which is a very nice place to be. Now, there is because this is an investigate, it does actually synergize with Crack the Case, which is quite interesting because of the timing when you discover the clues. as soon as if you are able to discover a clue with this card at a location and it happens to be the last clue, then you can play Crack the Case, and you do get one additional resource because you bump the shroud value up a tiny bit. So there is a nice synergy there. A lot of Seekers already play Crack the Case, and I expect many of them to be playing this card as well, just for the, a free investigate action every turn. That is pretty hard to turn down, especially since it synergizes with so many cards that add secrets, such as Astounding Revelation from the Dream Eaters, as well as the new Eldritch Sophist, who will be coming out in the Into Deep Mythos pack. And of course, you've got Enraptured and either level of Truth from Fiction as well. The more secrets you can pile on this thing, the more free actions you get to take. So all those Astounding Revelations in your deck just become extra actions, which is fantastic. And I realize it's probably not the most important thing, but it does have the tool trait. So Joe Diamond can play it in combination with his Detectives Colt 1911s. Cryptographic Cipher, man, free actions are gold in this game, especially if they don't trigger attacks of opportunity. So I expect to see a lot of different Seekers and off-class Seekers playing this thing just for the free actions alone. It's a little bit more expensive than a Flashlight, but I don't think many Seekers were playing Flashlight as it is. The second card is a Survivor card. This is Beloved. It is a skill with a willpower, agility, and wild skill icon. It has the innate and blessed traits, and it has the game text. If a blessed token is revealed during this test, you may remove Beloved from the game to replace that token's effect with the following. You automatically succeed. Do not reveal another token. Return this token to the Chaos Bag after this test ends. Wow, I am... They say love is perhaps the strongest spell of all in the flavor text on this one, and I am in love with this card. Let's just, first of all, talk about the skill icons on this thing. 1 willpower, 1 agility, and 1 wild icon. So basically, you can commit this to a willpower skill test for 2 willpower skill icons or 2 agility skill icons. That is fantastic, a fantastic icon spread for so many different investigators, including Tommy Muldoon, Minte Fan, Father Mateo, because it has the blessed keyword, and Silas Marsh. I believe that might be Rita Young pictured on the card, and this is a fantastic card for her. She gets 2 agility skill icons, and of course having that extra willpower never hurts. Just a fantastic skill spread on this. I mean, willpower skill tests and agility skill tests are very common on treacheries, and this way you get 2 of each, depending on how you commit it. And it's also fantastic from a deck conservation slot. I mean, a lot of players usually play 2 copies of Guts or 2 copies of Manual Dexterity in their decks. This allows you to trim those, and you can just play 2 copies of Beloved instead, which is very important because, I mean, the card pool has gotten so large and there are so many different options that having a card like this that you still have access to those icons, but you don't have to pack all those additional cards is fantastic. Now, of course, Minte Fan can add an additional wild skill icon to this if she commits it to a skill test. So it's basically, you can commit it for 3 wild willpower skill icons or 3 agility icons. That's fantastic. And then, of course, we've got our other investigator who focuses on skills, Silas Marsh, who will be released in the Innsmouth Conspiracy Deluxe expansion. And he can basically play Beloved. He can commit it to a skill test, wait and see how he does, and then if he likes the result, he can pull it back to his hand and commit it to another skill test later down the road. If you commit this and you pull a bless and you don't pull a bless token, Silas can pull it back to his hand. If you do pull a bless token, Silas does still have the option of pulling it back to his hand. And of course, if he pulls his Elder Sign and you haven't placed this out of play yet or removed it from the game, you can, of course, pull it back to your hand, and he will have 2 willpower skill icons and or 2 agility skill icons to work with. Now, certainly Silas could use that extra willpower because he does have a willpower of 2. So this is a great card for him. And it's worth noting that this is the only level 0 card that I could find that lets you automatically succeed at a skill test. Automatically succeeding on skill tests is a rare ability, and this is the only level 0 card that I believe that does that, which is fantastic if you are playing on hard or expert difficulty, and you have all of those negative tokens in the bag. As long as you can pull that blessed token first, you can play this, or you can remove this from the game, and then your test will automatically succeed, and you do not have to pull another token, which could be on hard or expert up to like a -8 or something like that. So which would cause you to fail despite pulling that blessed token. This way you can remove Beloved from the game, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, the beauty of this is that if you do pull a blessed token, you do not reveal another token, and you get to return the blessed token to the bag for a future skill test. So Beloved is really the card that just keeps on giving in terms of skill tests. Not only will you pass that, you will automatically succeed on the one when you remove this from the game, but it will also put that blessed token back into the bag. And if you're playing on standard difficulty and you're generally 2 up before the pull from the chaos bag, a blessed token is almost an automatic success. There are very few tokens in the bag at that point that can hurt you. I believe if it's a standard bag and it tops out at -4, and your 2 up a blessed token is more than enough to cover off that -4 token. So really it's just the auto fail you're worried about. So I mean, from the skill icons down to the ability, it is fantastic. Of course, the key is having enough blessed tokens in the bag in order to pull one reliably. But that is what most of the Guardian cards in the Innsmouth Conspiracy Deluxe expansion, from what would have been spoiled so far, most of the Guardian cards add blessed tokens to the bag. And many of the Survivor cards also either let you add blessed tokens to the bag or allow you to swap curse tokens for blessed tokens. So, and of course, there's if you're playing Sister Mary can't take this card, but if she happens to be, if you're playing multiplayer, and she's going to be adding blessed tokens to the bag every single turn, so that gives you a really good way to stack the deck with blessed tokens. Really like this card. Again, another blessed card for Father Mateo, who already gets auto successes. He can get 1 auto success with his special ability, and his Elder Sign also, I believe, gives him an auto success. So here's another way for him to generate those auto successes. And it has the 2 willpower skill icons for him to boost his willpower, and a couple of agility skill icons should he need to evade an enemy. So really love this card. So really 2 fantastic player cards, Cryptographic Cipher and Beloved. Again, really looking forward to this set and this campaign. Some very good player cards here, spoiled by FFG. That's going to do it for this episode. Man, Cryptographic Cipher is going to see a ton of play in Seeker and off-class Seeker investigators. The ability to have a free investigate action once per turn is amazing. And of course, there are plenty of ways of adding secrets to Cryptographic Cipher, so you can you get 3 free investigate actions as long as you're willing to take that +1 shroud penalty, and then there are plenty of cards that can add even more. So you can really leverage a lot of those cards to generate a lot of action advantage over the game. And then, of course, Beloved, great icon spread on this card. Works with all survivors and off-class survivors. One of the only level 0 cards in the game, I believe, that lets you automatically succeed at a skill test. The only trick is pulling that blessed token in order to do it. And there are many a Guardian card and Survivor card that let you add those tokens to the bag. So fantastic there. And of course, it works great with both of the investigators who can leverage skills like Mente Fan and Silas Marsh. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoy what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromleng@gmail.com. I am also on Twitter at manfromleng. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.